and I congratulate you all for coming, and I'm grateful that you could make it, and even to be here on time. This is the opening session of our 10th annual CONy meetings. I've seen several of you before in our meetings, and I hope that the newcomers will continue to be with us in the future. We have a busy program, and I believe an excellent one. How do I?
Can you please stop pressing the button?
Okay, can we have the next slide? Okay, so on behalf of Professor Victor Oliveira, my co-chairman, we welcome you to this meeting, and I want to tell you a little bit about it for those who did not make it. Here in Lisbon, we have a high number of participants, maybe over 900 by now. We had 895 yesterday, which is a good number. We don't want to exceed it by much. We had a record number in Istanbul and Athens in previous years, exceeding 1,000, but actually our target number is below 1,000 because this allows for more intimate discussion, for more time to meet friends and to discuss with them what is going on. We have here representatives from 57 countries. We usually have around 60 or 70. There are a lot of faculty members. This year we have a record number of over 200, and this is because of the important contribution of our local colleagues from Portugal. We have the usual number of debates, 52 of them. But in addition, we have added lectures, frontal lectures, and I'll tell you a little bit about them later on. We also have almost a record number of posters, which will be shown, and I will tell you a little bit about them. We have moved into e-poster system, and this is the way it's going to work out. So statistics, as I told you, we have between 600, but usually above 800 participants every year. The program this year, like in any other previous years, is composed not by Professor Oliveira and myself primarily, but by the section heads, and we are grateful for the section heads for doing the important job of finding the right topics, the right debates, and particularly for inviting the right faculty members. Whenever we are in the different countries, we always make sure that there is a representative of the local community who can advise us. And as you see, this year also we have Portuguese section head, co-section heads in each of the topics: dementia, epilepsy, headache, MS, neuropathology, neuroimmunology, Parkinson's disease and movement disorders, rehabilitation, as well as stroke. And this have been very, very important to us, and we are grateful to them, and of course to our usual global section heads who will hopefully continue to be with us in the future. Of course, we are CME accredited, and I believe that you can achieve as many as 16 points, 16 hours credit for attending the meetings, but each one, if they want to see the city, then they will lose a few hours of credit. I must say that we are really unfortunate with the weather. It was okay until 2 days ago, and it was raining, and we were sure that everybody will be in the lecture halls. But yesterday and today and tomorrow, the weather will be shiny, and Lisbon is so beautiful that I'm sure that we're going to lose some of you, hopefully not too many. We are supported by the industry. Without this, this could not have taken place. Of course, many of you know how expensive it is to rent a place like this, to run a meeting like that. but we were fortunate enough to get some support. I want to acknowledge Sanofi Genzyme. I want to, who was primary sponsor, but also the other supporters, the gold sponsors, AbbVie, Britannia, Lundbeck, Merck, Synapsus, and Alexion. And the silver supporters, Bial, which is an important local company, the main pharmaceutical company in Portugal, Daiichi Sankyo, Roche, and Teva. And of course other bronze supporters. So we have quite a large number of companies who acknowledge the importance of CONy and like to participate in the program one way or another. There are also these companies that I should not forget, and of course Zambon, another important company. So to tell you just a little bit, I'm not going to run through the whole program, but to tell you a little bit. So whenever we come to a country, we want to have something which is unique to that country. And this year we're going to have today Machado Joseph Disease Symposium, which was organized by Professor Pereira de Almeida. Very good symposium. This will take place later on this day here, but in a different lecture hall, of course, where we're going to have the plenary talks ongoing here. So there will be some competition between the two, but that's what we can do. This symposium really brings the most interesting and important innovations and accumulation of knowledge that you could ever see. And actually, what we hope to do is to publish the upshot of the meeting and what is new as a report that will be published in BMC Medicine. This is a journal that we work with. I'll mention it later once more, which has a high impact factor of 7.4, I believe. So it will be very important. And Professor Pereira de Almeida will be the person who will be responsible for writing it up with the contribution of other members, I'm sure. Also, so Machado disease, of course, everybody knows it is a Portuguese disease, although, of course, SCA3 is prevalent in other areas of the world and has been identified with other mutation people who came up with this individually without any Portuguese contribution. Also, the Portuguese amyloid neuropathy is another local disease, although, of course, this too is prevalent in other parts of the world. And we are grateful for Teresa Huelto and Isabel Conceiaco for having us making this meeting. This will take place on Saturday as one of the parallel meetings. And again, we hope that this will be published separately in BMC Medicine. We always are happy to acknowledge the contribution of local people who contributed to medicine, to neurology, and this year we're going to award a special prize to Professor Fernando Tomé, who has helped us so much, the world, in identifying the contribution of the genetics and the pathology for oculomyotonia. And I'm sure that you will all be happy to hear that on Sunday morning we are going to award him the prize. We have also a special thing that we have done this year, and to have on Sunday after this lecture or lectures on behalf of Professor Tomé and the oculopharyngeal muscular dystrophy group, also a series of lectures of Beyond the Horizon. So what will be beyond the horizon in neuropathology, in stroke, in Huntington disease, in genetics, in epilepsy, and in dementia. So these are really leaders in the field who are going to give these lectures, and I'm sure that we all should be able to attend and listen and be impressed and know what the future is and what can we expect from these fields to advance. I want also to tell you about some of the industry-sponsored activities. So we have on Friday early morning, we have a Meet the Expert breakfast session. So over breakfast, Professor Veronica Popescu from Belgium will tell us about the clinical application of brain atrophy in MS. And on Saturday at the same time, 7:30 in the morning, about starting sequencing and switching treatments in remitting relapsing disease by Mark Friedman from Canada. Mark Friedman has, of course, been with us in CONy from the very beginning. So these sessions are sponsored by Sanofi Genzyme, and there is limited space there, so you have to register. And if you don't do it quickly, then I'm afraid that you are going to be left out and will have to have a breakfast with their friends rather than with these leaders in the field. Also, we have Sanofi Genzyme also sponsored another session, which is on Friday, targeting T and B cells to optimize MS treatment strategies with these important people who are going to tell us what is new. This will be the important thing, and now we are dealing with this, which is the important player in MS immunopathogenesis. Are these B cells alone, or do you need T cells as well? And we're going to listen to this. There is also a debate on that in a separate session on the same day. On Saturday, AbbVie is doing a clinical symposium on patient-related outcome, what they really mean, because it's not always the importance of what we see as clinicians, but rather what the patients tell us. So this is what you are going to hear when you come on Saturday to their session. And finally, on Saturday evening, there is a synopsis symposium about new approaches to the treatment of off episodes in Parkinson's disease, and Professor Warren Olanow from New York is going to be the player there. Let me just remind everybody that this is the only day where we're going to be here. From tomorrow, Friday, Saturday, and as well as Sunday, all the meetings will take place at the Sana Hotel, where many of you are staying, Sana Lisboa. On Friday and Saturday, we usually have the poster-guided tours. So this starts very early in the morning, 7:30, and finishing at 8:15, just in time for you to come to the main lectures. And the submitted abstracts will be shown in the exhibition area starting at 7:30. And this will be led by really important experts in the field. So Professor Stube, who is our section head for MS, will guide this tour. In parallel, Professor Ferro and Nathan Bornstein, who are the section heads for stroke, will lead the tour of the posters in the stroke area. And then Alzheimer's disease and dementia, Professor Giannakopoulos, and headache and pain, Aaron Rappaport. And then on Saturday, the other topics, Parkinson, epilepsy, rehab, and neuromuscular and peripheral neuropathy will be conducted tours on these topics led by Professor Ferreira, Mike Sperling, Professor Sales, Professor Lyons, and Professor Sergio Blumen from Israel. And again, these two will take place early in the morning in the exhibition area. Let me remind you, or let me tell you, that there will be coffee and cakes so that you are not starving until you enter the main lectures. Of course, for the best posters, we always give prizes. This year, we are going to give several prizes for the best poster in Parkinson's disease movement disorder. There is this book on Parkinson's disease, current and future therapies and clinical trials. which is edited by also Galvez Jimenez, who is a part of our team here as well. And this book will be published or has been published by Cambridge University Press. You've not been able to see it yet. It's just off the print, but the prize winner will get it on Sunday at the end of the meeting. Then we're going to have best poster prizes in other areas, so sponsored by the Lancet Neurology, free subscription to the journal's important contributions, as well as books by Karger on 2 books on hysteria, The Rise of an Enigma by Julian Boguslavsky, and Translational Neurosonology, and these will be given to people who contributed important posters in their respective fields. As I told you, we are working to collaborate with the local community, and all the abstracts that I've mentioned will be published in the journal, which is Clinical Neurosciences and Mental Health, which is a local journal, and it will publish all the abstracts. But in addition, the editors would like to invite any of you who would be interested to publish more than an abstract, to submit it to them, and they will be very happy to have it in their journal. As I mentioned, we have a collaboration with Biomed Central and Biomed BMC Medicine, not to be confused with BMC Neurology. BMC Medicine is a high-impact journal, and they already published the results of 3 of our presentations last year. One by Martin Hoffman-Lapitius on the question of, is dementia research ready for big data approach? Then a contribution that I gave together with my colleague, Dr. Hassin Bear from Israel, can the disease course in Parkinson's disease be slowed? And finally, Professor Mizikostas and Rapport added their contribution about the prevention of and treatment of migraine, and these are all based on presentations that were done last year in Budapest in our meeting there. And this is, of course, open free access articles. You can all download them easily, as well as any other papers in this journal. And I can tell you from my experience that it has been downloaded many, many times. So it has these contributions are very important. Before I go on, I want to mention that we are meeting here so that we don't have 4 days in the same hall, same lecture hall in the hotel. This is an excellent place. You know, it's not by chance that we have chosen it. The Museum of the Orient in Lisbon is probably the leading museum in this topic in Europe. It has marvelous presentations. You're all welcome to visit there. It's free of charge for us, and you can go hopefully during the lunch break to see it. We are going to end the sessions today with a get-together. The get-together will take place here as well, and after the get-together, those of you who want to have also a real dinner are invited to walk around. This is a marvelous place. There are excellent restaurants here, and then you'll have to find your way back to the hotel on your own, or else there will be buses who will take those of you who want to reach the hotel early, maybe after being awake last night. So there will be buses that will leave from here right after the get-together. I want to acknowledge the important support of or the thing that Comtech Medicine, the company that runs this meeting, has done, and you'll be able to meet everybody, all the players who have done really very hard work. Nitsa, Julia, and the rest of the team, so I'm grateful to them. As you know, this is our 10th meeting, and next year we're going to meet in Athens, Greece. Here are the dates, and they're all on your books as well. We have established for Athens a new group of section heads. As I mentioned, the local chairpersons will change because now we'll be in Greece, so this will be Greek people. Most of the global section heads will remain the same, although we are changing it a little bit. And we have in dementia, Lefkos Middleton will be there, and otherwise we are staying with the same team. We have an excellent local advisory board for Athens, and I'm sure that we should all enjoy the meeting there. So there are more things to debate, not only the ones that we are dealing with here this year. And thank you very much, and I would like to ask Professor Victor Oliveira to say a few words of welcome.